What's good, YouTube? It's No Limits back with another video. Today I got my boy Ant FX Trades with me.
What's good? What's good?
So we just gonna do a little quick card combo. This video is gonna be catered to anybody who been struggling to get funded and anybody who's struggling to get payouts consistently in 2025. So I'm gonna show a couple of my payouts from this year on the screen, and then my boy Ant, he up 25K on the month. Right now he's trading with Top Step. He got a 5K payout last week, and he got another 5K coming this week as well. So
yeah, y'all, another 5K coming. You know, this has been a crazy year so far. This is definitely my breakthrough, month, I would say, in my whole entire trading career. But we just taking it one day at a time.
So for those of you who don't know, I've been trading for about five to 6 years. And how long you been trading?
Yeah, about 4. Yeah, going on 4.
So we've been in the game. We just want to give y'all some of our knowledge real quick in a quick little video. So let's get right into it.
We got a little bit of blues from the payout, man. There's real trading around here. This not no scam, no nothing. We actually got paid out from Top Step.
The first tip I got is in 2025, if you still haven't got paid out, you still can't pass funded challenges easy. I hate to say it, my boy, but it's time to find a mentor. If you still trying to do this without investing no money into the game, bro, I'm not gonna say it's not possible, but you making a hell of a lot harder for yourself, man. You gotta drop the ego. You gotta invest some money into the game, man. Investing in knowledge is very, very important. Even me, I got a mentor for the longest time ever. I was trying to do this shit with free resources, trying to be a make this a profession without investing no money into it, for real. And I didn't achieve that next level of consistency without getting the proper education. So with that being said, finding a mentor now is hard in this game. You never know who you can trust, and who's legit or not. So this is by far the most important part, who you choose to be your mentor. You got to make sure that person is truly not just a marketer. You got to make sure they actually trade for real. They actually make money trading and not just selling courses and stuff like that. So picking your mentor is by far one of the most important. This is the first step, in my opinion, if you're not already profitable. This is going to be the most important step, is picking your mentor. So you got to do your research on that person and make sure that they not, just selling you some bullshit.
Yeah, just to piggyback off of Jared, you got to spend money in order to make money. A lot of people, they try and find, an easy way or the fastest way, cheapest way, achieve profitability. Like Jared said, you got to spend money to get a mentor. You got to get a course, whatever that may be. You can only use YouTube for so much. I know YouTube is a free resource, but you got to spend, some money in order to, achieve the goals that you're looking for.
That's really going to take you to the next level, bro. I'm not going to lie to you, because if you don't got, this is not something you can really figure out on yourself, bro, by yourself. I didn't get to that next level until I got a mentor. And I've been with my mentor for about 5-6 months now, and it totally took my trading to the next level, bro. I ain't never been this consistent before. Mm-hmm. So that's what I feel like is the most important step.
For the next tip, I would say that allowed me to become a profitable trader was controlling my greed. Now, every trader has greed. Even Jared, I bet you could talk on that as well. Greed happens to all of us. Every trader, they want more. Every trader, as they get into starting the trading, they're looking at the money. They don't really start off learning the actual skill and want to perfect it. Greed, you need to control greed, because every time you get into a trade, you should always have, a set idea of where you want to get out the trade. Have a strict set of rules, that you follow. Maybe you take 2 to 3 trades, per day, or you take 2 to 3 trades per week. Stick to those rules. It will allow you to gain the results you're looking for in the long run.
The next important tip, as you guys probably heard this before a million times, but risk management is just so important when it comes to these funding challenges, bro. These funded rules. You know, they give you a set drawdown, they give you a set target and everything, and it's just essential to know how to navigate your way through that. Is you got to know how to change your risk and drawdown. You got to know how to trade, be able to trade and drawdown as well. You got to know when to be aggressive, when to be conservative. It's just all about knowing your strategy and being in tune with yourself as a trader.
People try and, rush the process of getting out of drawdown. If you have to be in drawdown for 2 weeks or work your way up to getting out of drawdown in 2 weeks, stay in drawdown for as long as you can, because you shouldn't try and rush, because if you lose, you're going to lose even more, and you're going to put yourself into further drawdown.
You know, when I'm in drawdown, I'm not trying to hold my trades, for long risk to rewards, 1 to 3s, 1 to 4, 1 to 5. When I'm in drawdown, I'm really just taking what the market can give me. So, like, I'm not being greedy. Like, I'm making sure I'm actually, like, securing profits. That's so important when you're in drawdown. Now, once your account is in profit, 2, 3, 4, 5%, that's when I, have that buffer. I'm able to afford to hold a trade a little bit longer, to be a little bit more risky. But these are the type of things that you got to kind of formulate with your plan. You should have a strict plan for every scenario, man. So I talk about this a lot in some of my previous older videos as well. But another important aspect of that is having a game plan, having a playbook. So you should know what your A+ setup is, and you should know what a low probability and a high probability setup is catered to your strategy. So on low probability setups, you should be risking 0.5%. And on high probability setups, you should be scaling up. You should be risking a little bit more. Because on my losing trades, the thing I notice about my trading is on my losing trades, I'm losing 0.5%, or, and on a winning trade, I'm making 2, 3, 4, 5, 6%. So your A+ trades should be the bulk of where your profits are coming from, if that makes sense. Essential thing I believe to becoming a funded trader is learning from your losses, bro. I've talked about this so many times. You need to be reviewing your trades. You need to be reviewing your mistakes. You need to be knowing what are you doing good, what are you doing wrong, what's working, what's not working. And I mean, honestly, bro, at the end of every trading session, you should be having a review session. This is the most important part of the day, bro. This is more important than the trading day itself, is reviewing how that day went. Okay, you should be in tune with your own trading. You should be in tune with what does your best trading look like, what does your worst trading look like. How do you get these answers? From journaling, bro. Like, for real. Like, either you need to be journaling on the weekends. The best time to journal, honestly, is right after the trading day. After you took all your trades from the day, it's good to have a good trading journal. If y'all need one, if y'all need help creating one, I got a video on it. Or you can DM me. I can send you my updated template, whatever the case may be. But reviewing your trading is by far the most important, one of the most important things. I mean, it's the same thing as like being an athlete, like an athlete who watches film. Somebody like Tom Brady who's putting in work off the field by watching film, studying his drill, studying his form, whatever the case may be, bro. Reviewing your trading is by far the most important thing.
Yep, just to talk about that for a second. So, yeah, having a journal, I've had multiple journals, even for me, I sometimes, do slack on journaling myself, but it really is important. You develop, your strengths, you develop your weaknesses, like Jared was saying, you should have it where, you can see that, you have these A+ setups, that work more than others. You should be always taking those A+ setups. If you have, let's say I want to call like a C grade setup, that's, you notice, it doesn't hit as much, just try and stay away from those setups. You should always just stick to the ones with the most, confluence.
So yeah, one last point on this is, recently, I'm trading a new strategy. I'm trading a new system that so far has been going great. But I'm still learning more about the system itself. And so every day, every week, I'm learning something new about the system. A minor adjustment that could increase your win rate, that can be the difference between 50% win rate and a 70% win rate. And a little example of that is last week in my trading, I noticed that Mondays and Tuesdays are typically like slower days, and the real moves, reversals, continuations are happening later throughout the week. And these are stuff that I'm picking up on because I'm losing a lot. I'm getting chopped up. I'm getting liquidated on Mondays and Sunday nights and Mondays. And so that's something I'm writing down. And so last week I didn't take any trades, and Monday, and I waited till Tuesday and London session happened, and I had an amazing week last week. So this is things that you need to be noticing about your trading, small little fine refinements that will ultimately give you a way better win rate.
All right, so another topic would be believing in yourself in the trading process, okay, in your whole entire trading journey. Everyone has their own journey. Like I said, me personally, I've been trading for about 4 years, and I'm just now getting a payout. After 4 years of grinding, after 4 years of failing, 4 years of lessons, finally getting a payout. And I wouldn't have even made it to this point if I didn't believe, in myself whatsoever. It was so many times, when there was times that I wanted to give up, times that I doubted myself, times that I heard, people, aren't making money in trading. Why are you trading? Why is this? Why is that? The vision that you have, it's invisible to others. No one is going to see your vision that you have with trading and what your ultimate goal is, so.
Self-belief is one of the most important parts of trading, having faith. You might not have the results yet, but this is like anything else, bro. Like, you gotta have confidence in what you're doing. You gotta have confidence in the vision and know that you'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, all this is just constant mistakes and learning from your mistakes and building your way up, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, this man made $25,000 this month. He's up $25,000 this month, and he's been failing at trading for 4 years, 4 years. If he would have lost faith, if he would have lost confidence in himself, lost that self-belief, this man would have never been able to accomplish that.
It's facts.
And now his life changed forever. He really never gonna quit trading now.
Oh.
He got the result. He know this shit possible. He got the cash in his hand right here. Like, this man went out and he knows what it tastes like. Like, he's never gonna quit now. And so that's some of y'all what y'all need. Some of y'all just need a little bit of success, and from there it's gonna be over.
Yeah.
Once you know it's possible, once you feel that physical hard work you put in, bro, that's all you gonna need, bro.
Yeah, you gonna understand. It's so much out there. This trading can cause a lot of great opportunities for you. Once you understand the skill. Don't chase the money, chase the skill. Understand that, and it's gonna give you the results you're looking for.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, gang. If you just solely fixated about the money in this, bro, it's gonna be hard for you to be successful, bro. Cause to be honest with you, bro, I've grown to enjoy trading. I've grown to love learning the art of trading. I've grown to be interested, and I've grown to be obsessed with becoming a successful, a good trader that other people look up to, bro. And if you just totally focus on the money, it's gonna be really hard for you, bro. You gotta actually look at this as an art, bro. I ain't gonna lie, niggas gonna have to end this video. I look like a fucking light bulb in this bitch. It got dark outside. It got dark outside. Now I'm looking like a light bulb. You got anything else, bro?
I just want to end off and say, yeah, if you are struggling, keep going, keep prospering. Don't give up with trading. You will see light at the end of the tunnel. As I've said, it took me 4 years to finally reach profitability with trading. All my losses and everything after this payout have been wiped. So on to the next part of, you know, just me trying to be consistently profitable. But like I said, you will see results. You just have to keep grinding, have to keep showing up every day, you know, and attacking the market. So
man, what he said, keep fucking going, man. Don't be no fucking bitch, bro.
man.
Stay locked in, bro. Don't give up, bro. Like, I swear,
you will
bro.
see, it will pay off, trust me.
Niggas, I'm telling you right now, that first tip is really all you need. If you just find somebody who already got a proven system that works, and you just do the same thing as them, bro, and listen to all their advice and truly lock in with them, you gonna be good, bro.
Yep.
Don't be no bitch, bro. Don't quit this shit, bro. It's gonna pay off. And with that being said, man, I hope y'all have a good night. I wish y'all a profitable trading week next week. I'm gonna link my boy. He got a YouTube channel. I'm gonna link him in the description. But thank you guys for watching. If you watched throughout this whole video, I'll send your ass $20. You only know this if you watched the whole video. DM me on Instagram for that 20, nigga. I'm out.
762, man, we blasting his whip. Whole lot of blood had to down me a crib. He say he can't breathe cause he tagging his ribs. Caught him outside with